Okay, let's just dive right into this. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're taking something that honestly traditionally causes a lot of headaches and we're turning it into a super simple, easy to follow checklist. We are talking about mastering EPayTax. Now, if you've got your return prepped and you know the basics of filing, but the actual final step of making that digital payment leaves you second guessing yourself, you are exactly where you need to be. Today, we're going to streamline the entire digital tax payment process for you.
First things first, what actually is EPayTax? Well, simply put, it's a dedicated online facility sitting right there on the Income Tax Department's e-filing portal. The absolutely key phrase to remember here is single unified platform. I mean, think about it. Before this system, you probably had to bounce around between multiple different websites, or even worse, physically drag yourself down to a bank branch just to clear your direct taxes. Now, this unified system completely eliminates all that running around. It streamlines the whole shebang so you can handle your obligations from one single digital hub.
Here is our ultimate roadmap for this explainer. We'll look at the pre versus post-login pathways, run through the payment and verification modes, clarify selecting the right tax act, highlight the mistakes to avoid, and wrap up with the key benefits. Section 1. Pre versus post-login pathways. So, if you're already a registered user on the portal, your journey is going to look a bit like this. Phase 1. You just log in with your user ID and password. Easy enough. Moving into Phase 2, you jump to your dashboard, click e-file, and then hit EPayTax. Once you're there, Phase 3 kicks off. You'll click New Payment, choose the specific tax tile that applies to you, select your assessment year, the minor head, and punch in your exact tax breakup amount. And finally, Phase 4. You just choose how you want to pay and finish the transaction. The real beauty of this post-login path is that the portal basically acts as a step-by-step guide, holding your hand right to the finish line. Now, you might be wondering, what if you just don't want to log in at all? Maybe you're in a massive rush, or let's be real, your password is buried in some forgotten notebook somewhere. Well, the department actually built a highly convenient pre-login pathway to handle exactly that. Contrasting with that first timeline, here is how you get it done without logging in. In Phase 1, you literally just visit the e-filing portal and click on EPayTax. You enter your PAN or TAN along with an active mobile number. In Phase 2, you'll receive an OTP, a one-time password, just to verify it's really you. Once you clear that, Phase 3 takes over. The portal automatically pulls up your details and you just choose your applicable tax category. From there, Phase 4 is exactly the same as the login route. You pick your payment method and you're done. It's an incredibly fast track for taxpayers who just want to get in, pay, and get out. Moving right along to Section 2, Payment and Verification Modes. If you're taking that speedy pre-login route we just talked about, there are a few absolute, non-negotiable verification steps you need to be prepared for before you even open up the portal. Step 1. Have a valid PAN or TAN ready to go. Step 2. Keep an active mobile number right beside you. And Step 3. Use that phone to receive and enter your OTP. Just make sure your phone isn't stuck on airplane mode and actually has a signal, so you can breeze right through this identity check without any friction. Okay. So you're verified. How do you actually hand over the funds? The system offers incredible flexibility here with 5 major payment modes. First up, classic net banking. Second, your standard debit card. Third, if you're someone who prefers physical transactions, they actually offer over-the-counter payments at bank branches, meaning you can generate a challan and pay with cash, a check, or a demand draft. Fourth, for those larger, bulkier amounts, you've got RTGS and NEFT transfers. And fifth, there's a payment gateway option, which is fantastic because it opens the door to universally loved methods like UPI, as well as credit cards, debit cards, and net banking. Literally, the system is designed purely around your ultimate convenience. Section 3, the right tax act. Now, this part is absolutely crucial. When you're filling out your details, you have to select the legally correct tax act. If you are paying for assessment years up to 2026-27 or any earlier years, you must select the Income Tax Act 1961. But, and here's the big shift, for the tax year 2026-27 onwards, depending on the specific provisions that apply to you, your payment might actually fall under the Income Tax Act 2025. This is a major regulatory change. It's critical that you carefully review your specific tax year and choose the right act before you finalize anything. Which brings us to Section 4, Mistakes to Avoid. We love how easy the portal makes things, but let's take a quick time out for a cautionary tale. Let's look at our checklist of actions you need to actively avoid. According to tax experts, there are 3 massive pitfalls that constantly catch taxpayers off guard. Mistake number 1 is selecting the wrong assessment year. As we just discussed, getting the year wrong basically scrambles everything else. Mistake number 2 is choosing the wrong minor head while making the payment. And mistake number 3 is entering incorrect tax breakup details when you're typing in your amounts. The golden rule here: verify literally every single detail, check it twice, and then check it again before you hit that final continue button.
Finally, Section 5, Key Benefits.
Let's bring the energy back up and look at why this digital process is such a massive upgrade for all of us. First, look at the accessibility. It's available 24/7. You can literally clear your taxes at midnight from your living room sofa, 0 tax office visits required. Then look at the speed. The processing is incredibly fast and you get instant payment confirmation, giving you immediate peace of mind. Finally, the records. The whole thing is secure and 100% paperless, no more losing physical receipts in some random desk drawer. Everything is tracked seamlessly and digitally for you. So that brings us to our final thought for this explainer. With around-the-clock access, flexible payment options from UPI to net banking, and instant confirmation right on your screen, are you ready to make your tax payment paperless and, honestly, completely stress-free? Remember, the due date for filing your income tax return is always creeping up fast. Don't leave it until the 11th hour. You've got the checklist, you know exactly what mistakes to avoid, and you have the tools to do it right from home. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy tax filing.